What's good, y'all? I'm Shaquilla Ingram, the host and creator of Shaquilla's Key to the City. I've had my show since about my college days, where I would like to engage with people of various cities, mostly my classmates. Through my service and leadership, I brought my show back as a way to uplift voices within my city in Fayetteville, North Carolina, so people would feel that they were heard, helped, or created space to help someone. I've done a lot in these 30 years of my life, and now that I'm no longer an elected official, I get to fully move how I want to move and say what I really want to say. And now that I have a physical key, I'm empowered to know that back when I was in college starting this show, I didn't need to have a key to empower people to show up for themselves within their cities or wherever their purpose called them.
Welcome to South Sister Talk, another episode where we celebrate the voices of remarkable women making waves in their communities and beyond. I am your host, Shaquilla Ingram, and today I'm going to use a title that I don't get to use too much, but I am former Councilwoman Shaquilla Ingram of the City Council, and today we are shining the light on women in municipal government, which is a dynamic caucus within the National League of Cities at NLC, which we are here at NLC celebrating 100 years. Woo! NLC, Womenage was founded in 1974. And Womenage provides a vital platform for female municipal leaders to connect, exchange ideas, and champion causes that matter to women everywhere. With a mission to elevate women's voices in local governance, Womenage fosters collaboration, advocacy, and leadership development among its members. From raising awareness on issues impacting women to encourage greater representation in public office, Womenage plays a vital role in shaping NOC's national policy agenda and advancing interests of cities and towns across this nation. And so, I'm glad you are here to join us as we go into an impactful work of Womenage, exploring how this influential caucus empowers women leaders that drive positive change in their communities. All right, we have our first guest with us, who is a member of Womenage, and I do think you hold a position within Womenage,
I'm on
correct?
board, yes.
Okay, so introduce yourself and tell us who you are.
So I am Jacqueline Jasmine. I am City of Sunrise, Florida Commissioner. I'm actually the only female commissioner on the board.
Wow.
First Hispanic woman elected into the city. So
Congratulations. Woo.
Also another fun fact is I have the most votes in any Sunrise election. So
Wow.
I'm so thankful to the community for believing in me, and I'm honored to be able to serve the community.
Wow, Jacqueline, first and foremost, congratulations.
Thank you.
Layered. Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
like you was in this to win it and get it.
Oh
and you
yeah,
got it,
2 times.
and you're representing.
Mhm.
I love it. Jacqueline, thank you so much for the work that you do. From a former elected to a current elected, thank you. So when we talk about Womenage, first, what made you want to become a member of Womenage? Because you can be a part of NLC, but you don't have to join the caucuses, and you decided to hold a position. What drove you to do that?
So for me, like I mentioned, I'm the only female on my commission. So having other female input and voices and having somebody I can to and confide in and get some ideas or vent, because I can't do that with my colleagues because of sunshine. So it's nice to get the women perspective from others that are not so much local, but all over the U.S. And it's great to see what they're doing so I can also bring it back to my community.
Right. So really quickly, she's a representative in Florida. Can you talk to us about really quickly sunshine?
Yes.
Talk to why it's like the sunshine state and how that transitions to governance.
So being from the Sunshine State, right? So the Sunshine Law with in municipal government is when you're with your colleagues, you can't talk about what other concerns are happening up in the community, anything that's being voted on, discuss whether it's residential, commercial, anything. We cannot have those conversations privately. It has to be in a public forum, like a commission meeting. And so if you violate that and have outside conversations with your colleagues, that's a law. You're facing a crime. So yes, so I make sure that I have my conversations with other people outside of my council.
So I brought that up because I have some other elected friends and they're always saying, well, we can't talk about it. We can't talk about it. I'm like, excuse me, like how do you get it done? But what I found interesting was that there was another Florida elected official and they said, we have a shade meeting. Yes. And I said, well, wait a minute. What is a shade meeting? And so for Florida, shade meeting is for what it is a closed session where it's attorney-client privileges. It cannot, you can't be talked about in the public eye. And so I love that you follow the theme of the Sunshine State and it's connected to your governance. And I will also say, and I like that there is some accountability for the sunshine meetings where things have to be done in the public eye, because from the board that I came from, you can talk about it with anybody, whoever you want to, and then before you get to the meeting, the decision is already made.
Yeah.
And so for you all, right, for you all, it's genuinely happening in the public eye. I appreciate that.
Yes, I do too.
How does being a part of women contribute to the effectiveness of your role as a leader, elected leader?
Wow. So for me, it's the empowerment amongst us. So like I mentioned, I'm the only female. And so having to be part of this particular women's organization, I get to feel the motivation. They tell me what I can do. There's just so much input from them, and it's really helped to mold and shape me into the woman I want to be in government.
Like that. And being a part of women, and I'm a candidate, you see that, and also it's the sisterhood within that, where we truly, women know how to coalition build. We know how to coalition build, and women, the support that comes within that, hands down.
I agree.
What are there any initiatives or policies that you've championed to address issues specific to women in your community and, being supported in women?
So for women particularly, I wouldn't just say them just one, because I know our community is very diverse.
Right.
So overall, my focus is on kids and families. So I have championed quite a few youth programming and organizations coming into our city for our residents. So I'm really proud to say we have the Boys and Girls Club coming in soon.
Awesome.
We have a Broward College training coming into our city. So it's free training for young adults that are in that zip code where, maybe they don't want to go to college, and this is another quick trade for them. I'm also looking to start a youth council where they can travel to DC with us.
Yes.
So hopefully this upcoming Tampa trip will have some students with us.
That is exciting. So I look forward to seeing you in Tampa as well.
Yeah.
The youth, I think it's important for them to be able to see at a young age what can be offered and how they can have impact in the decisions, before they become a voter, right? How they can influence, policies that have been made, especially on their behalf.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you for that. That's exciting.
And
I'll be cheering for you.
Thank you. I try to let our youth know whenever they see something, really see something, come to us, we vocal about it. We're listening. I'm listening, and I do follow up with them when they have a concern in our community. So,
I love that. I love that. So when I was on council, my first time, kind of before COVID had truly hit, we allowed our youth council to have a seat on our dais. And so like every other meeting, they would be there representing and giving reports on what the things that they were doing. So I think hopefully you guys can do that too.
That's a great idea. See, this is what it's all about.
It's what's up, right?
I'm coming back to you, Sunrise, with this.
Yes. How do you see the role of women in municipal government evolving in the coming years? And also, what challenges do you see coming with that?
Ooh, that's a really good question. I mean, we made it this far with having a vice president
Yes.
as a female. Ideally, in the future, I'd like to see a female president. But there have been a lot of changes. I think more of these forums and support groups, it just builds us more that we can do better than what men
Right.
think they can.
Right. And going into that, it's the way I see it is like, we're not saying we need to replace you.
Mhm.
We're saying let us be at the table to have influence on this decision as well.
Perspective.
Yeah, because truth and proof, women always bring a different perspective. Before you start to see this influx of women in municipal government, there was no conversation about childcare. There was no conversation about equity, true equity in our city, and diversity and inclusion in our city. And so it is my hope that men would be open-minded as we, progress and move forward, because whether we have had to like it or not, we've had to be open-minded.
Yeah.
And we've had to kind of suck it up, buttercup, and now we're saying, you know what?
Interesting, my first year on the commission, and, when I speak, I get, I'm not emotional, because it's not the word emotional, but passionate. And so when I share my feelings and frustrations, someone said, oh, you're so emotional. I'm thinking, when the men do it, and they're vocal and they're going back and forth, it's like they're just, oh, there we go. But when the women do it, it's like, oh, look at her. It's the passion. It's like what we believe in, and I stand firm on that.
Yeah. So what's funny you said that. I was a crybaby on that conference. Like if it hit me,
oh no,
I'm shedding a tear. And I'm gonna tell you what kind of did it for me, because it came from a man. When President Obama, when certain things hit him, he had no problem wiping his tears off in the public eye.
He's sensitive.
Right, and so it let me know that, one, we're human, especially for women. We're human. And just because I choose to be connected to my community, that does not make me weak. That makes me connected to my community. That makes me say, I feel what they are feeling. Which I think we do well. We're good at empathizing.
I think it's the time to change too. I think the community is seeing there's more people that are authentic.
Yeah.
And really speak what they believe in, and who they believe and trust men more.
Yeah, I agree. So, Jacqueline, thank you so much for joining Hacksaw Sister Talk and sharing your thoughts with us. Thank you so much for being a leader. Thank you for representing. And I just truly hope that you can continue to go and make history, because you made history like 3 times.
Actually, so single mom, 3 children. And I was just nominated for elected official of the year in my county, so I'm really excited about that.
Congratulations! And when I find that, I'm gonna go share that on our page. So like, this is Jacqueline. What she's doing. Thank you so much, and I'll let you get over to the women's board meeting.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Hey y'all, I'm back again, Shaquilla Ingram. But for this episode, former Councilwoman Shaquilla Ingram here, highlight women that are making waves. And we are joined by
Councilwoman Veronica Vanderbilt from the great city of Tarrant, Alabama.
Damn, that's what I'm talking about. Thank you so much for joining us. How long have you been elected?
I've been on the board for 3 years.
3 years, awesome. Okay, so I did 4 years. I said it like I did time, but I did 4 years. And what are some of the things that you're learning about being an elected leader as a woman?
It's hard. It's very hard because people feel as though women should not be in leadership. But if they overall think about it, like they said at the conference on last year, who ruled the world? We rule the world. So that has empowered me to such a place that I know there's nothing that I cannot do because God got me. But most important, because I have women that have my back.
So we do this thing called I said what I said. Was that I said what I said?
I said what I said and I meant what I said.
She said what she said and I'm with it. Okay. So you're a member of Women's, right?
That's correct. I'm on the board for 2 years. Nobody but God.
We have a board of directors of Women's. I love it. So let me ask this: how does being a part of Women's contribute to your effectiveness as an elected leader?
Well, as the elected leader, being a part of Women's has empowered me to the fact of knowing that I can do that. And when I have questions, I have someone to go to empower me, but most important, to impregnate me with more knowledge that I didn't know that I had.
I love it. I love it. And that is truly what Women's is about as well. Can you discuss the importance of networking, being a part of Women's and how we coalition build amongst women?
To me, network is very important
Mm-hmm.
because in order for you to go to the next level, you got to network. You got to go out there and sell yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And once you begin to sell yourself and connect with people,
Mm-hmm.
they can share their knowledge with you
Mm-hmm.
and they can tell you how they got it that way.
Mm-hmm.
So what it is, iron sharpens iron.
That's it.
So with that being said, on the lineage, again, the iron that they have is sharper than the iron that I have. So let's see, we are diamonds.
What? Cut nicely. Okay. You've been in 3 years, but it seems like I gathered from you that you've been doing this work for more than 3 years.
I was the PTO president for like 3 years, the vice president for 1 year of the organization stand. I did a lot of things within my community
That's it.
because it's a family base. And so the thing is, where one parent can't do it,
We all
can do it because they said it takes a village.
it does.
So either you're going to be part of the village or you're going to be outside of the village.
Mm-hmm.
So it's imperative that you be inside because it's better to be looking on the inside out than the outside in.
Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna tell you what they say. If you're not table, the man, I learned what that truly means. What advice, as we close up, what advice can you give aspiring women leaders who are considering running for elected office in their communities?
The advice that I can give them is don't take a no for an answer
Mm.
because you have to be taught that no is part of your vote. It's not part of your vocabulary.
Okay.
So always remember that you are a sponge and your job is to get all the knowledge that you can,
Mm-hmm.
no matter how small, but you can make it bigger.
Mm-hmm.
And always remember that you are a magnet. See, you're supposed to bring it to you, not them to them.
That's
So
right.
just remember, always to be a magnet,
Yeah.
to bring in,
Mhm.
not to put out as much.
Thank you for that much. Well, thank you so much,
Thank
Councilwoman Bandy Freeman.
That's it.
Thank you so much to your leadership, and I wish you much success on your board as you continue to make waves in the community. And as a former elected, a Black elected, thank you for representing and showing up for us.
But before I leave, I wouldn't do honor without acknowledging my district in the city of
You
Tanner.
better come on.
And that's
do it, tell 'em.
District 1, because we are number 1.
I know that's right. Thank you so much. I'm Shaquilla Ingram, former Councilwoman Ingram, and we are here at Hats Off Sister South. And I'm joined by 2 beautiful ladies who are elected women. And you are,
My name's Laura Lykovach, and I'm a city councilor out of Loveland, Colorado.
okay, and we are.
Erin Black, and I'm also a Loveland City Councilor in Loveland. Did I say Loveland City Councilor? Great. Newly elected in November.
I love it. Thank you both for joining. So I said, hey, I'm interviewing some women who are making waves, and they both had a Spider-Man moment where they were just like, yep, pointing at each other. And what I noticed and recognize about women is like we are down to support each other no matter what. So first time, right? First time
First time.
serving. How's it been for you?
It's been so empowering and
Uh-huh.
rewarding.
Mm-hmm.
We've had some bumps,
Yeah.
we've had some bruises,
Yeah.
so much learning. And I think what I'm most grateful for is that I got into this because I wanted to serve my community and make some positive changes. And I'm already seeing that happen. And we were just elected in November. So it's so rewarding to feel like, okay, change is already happening. Things are already moving in the right direction.
Yes. And for me, I think the most the biggest part of the job that I'm loving the most is getting to learn more about my city. I have the access as an elected official that I think not everyone gets. It just lives in the community. So I'm feeling very privileged to learn more about how my city's working and the staff. And I get to meet more and more community members and listen and hear about what's going on in their lives and how government can help them and support them. So I'm loving that aspect. Drinking from the fire hose at the very beginning. Right. So we didn't drown. We didn't drown. So we're still upright, and it has been empowering, and it's been. I feel so privileged to be in that position, and hopefully be creating more spaces for others to come in and be able to utilize their voices.
Yeah. We're back. We have Commissioner Bass from Opelika, Opelika, Florida. And you want to tell us a bit about yourself?
Of course. Well, first of all, I have many hats.
Okay. Well.
Of course, I am in the political arena.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also in the school system,
Mm-hmm.
as well as I'm very active in my church. So when you say, tell me about yourself, it's like, so what do we talk about?
Mm-hmm.
So I talk about my religious part, my educational part, or my public service part. So I tell them, what do you want?
So. You talk, we highlight women. I mean, um, you know, on the we talk about
I like the
first I have started. I can open lot years. So let me think about this. So I recently lost my most recent election. So I'm a former elected now. I love it here. I love it here. And when you lost, what were some of the because you were elected so that means you won a race.
yes,
You ran again and then you lost a race,
yes,
right?
yes.
What were some of those feelings that you felt like you me?
Honestly, I never thought about it as in the community
Mm-hmm.
not supporting me.
Mm-hmm.
I just know I lost it. It didn't feel good.
You didn't feel good.
It just didn't feel
It
good.
didn't feel good.
Yeah, I never thought, oh, well, they don't want me anymore.
Mhm.
I mean, I lost.
Right.
And it simply just didn't feel good.
So when you say it didn't feel good, like how did you deal with it?
Honestly.
Yeah, hands off, you can tell everybody.
My husband was sitting in the bedroom, sitting there, and went into the bedroom. I sat next to him, and I'm like, "Babe, I can't believe I lost." And he's like, "It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay." And to work, I felt a little bit embarrassed
to be honest with you,
Oh,
because I work for the school system, I don't know school, so I know the parents, I know the grandparents, everybody. And I lost. It's just like, oh my God, I lost. But it didn't last very long.
it didn't. Yeah. In that term, the feeling embarrassed and then not feeling good, did you kind of like,
Draw that?
yeah,
No,
no.
no. Because even though I felt a certain kind of way,
Uh-huh.
my belief in God
Oh,
always
yes.
comforts me.
Mhm.
And I always know that when something doesn't work out,
Mhm.
you're good.
Yeah.
You trust God.
Mhm.
And I'm a strong believer in God, and I knew that it was purpose.
Yeah.
Why? I didn't know what it was at the time,
Mhm.
but it was purpose. Why I did that.
And look, now she's serving a full 4-year term. I'm with it. Congratulations.
Yeah.
So, and I'll say, like, for me, one of the things that I don't regret it, but as I think back, I drew back hard. I was like, ah. I drew back hard, but I'm glad I gave myself that space and that time. Because I do feel like I needed it. But it's good to see that someone has gone through it and it has similar feelings.
And your feelings are valid, I think.
They are. Thank you. So as you are serving, you are a beautiful Black elected official, woman elected leader, I like to use that term. Do you see a difference of how women are treated in municipal government? Or
I think a lot of times the way we treat the way we view ourselves. So if I were to tell you that I have been looked down on or not that I need validation or not felt validated,
Mhm.
I would like it. Never felt as if I was not good enough
Mhm.
to be there
Right.
because we have to be purposeful.
Amen.
So I know my purpose.
Mhm.
I might not get it right all the time, which I don't get it right all the time, but I've never felt as if I didn't belong.
Mhm. I belong here.
Yeah, I belong here.
Yeah.
Because if God opened the door for me to be here,
Mhm.
then I belong here.
Mhm.
And that's exactly what
And that's it.
Yeah.
So as you lead forward, what's some advice? I like to do a key. We're gonna give a key. Shows consistency. We're gonna give a key. What is a key of advice you would give to an inspiring woman who has an interest in getting into becoming elected? And once she gets elected or she's not successful, what advice would you give her?
Well, coming into it, I would always say my future self.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a position where you have to want to do this.
Right.
And always be honest.
Let's be honest.
Do not promise what you cannot deliver.
Amen.
Me personally, I never tell my constituents, I'm going to do this for you. I'm going to try my best
To get it done.
to get this done for you. Because I believe that's why people think that politicians, matter of fact, I don't count myself as a politician. I'm a public servant
Right.
first.
Right.
That's why people have a tendency of saying politicians lie. Because in this arena, you can't do anything for yourself.
No, you cannot.
No one.
No, you cannot.
You can advocate, but when it comes to signing a deal,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to need others. So don't ever promise
Mm-hmm.
anything. Tell them that you are going to make an effort
And effort.
to get it done.
I like that. I like that. And she talks about the term politician. I like to use the term elected leader, because those that are true, I feel like that's how they should see themselves. I'm a leader, but I'm just elected. And when I come, we are coming, and when you have that mindset that you can't get it all done, the first entity that you need to have in mind is the community. Those are the greatest stakeholders right there.
It's about the community. I think we use the vision when we forget that we're here for the people, by the people.
By the people.